Hello, welcome back to the Board Games 4K YouTube channel. This is a channel where we're going to give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings, and we generally talk a lot of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general. And in this video, we're going to be continuing our countdown of our top 100 board games of all time, and this is number 60 down to 51. And remember, all the games on this list are bloody good, because when you get down to your top 100 board games, then they're all going to be fantastic. So remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel, leave a comment down below, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you after this. Board Games 4K. So number 60 on this list is a cooperative game by Ignacy Trzewiczek. This is Robinson Crusoe Adventures on the Cursed Island, and this game is infuriatingly difficult. I don't think we've ever beaten it, and I don't think we ever will, but that's not the point. The point is that it's a wonderful game. It's very thematic, very evocative, and quite very emotional as well, sort of. But yeah, what you do, it's a worker placement game. You'll be placing your workers out onto the board, taking various actions to try and stave off the elements, try and fight wild beasts to get food, and maybe counter events that take place in the game. And one of the things that makes this game special is that certain events or encounters will happen, and you'll be shuffling them back into a certain deck, and they may, depending on what decisions you make, they may come out and bite you in the arse later on. So yeah, once again, this game is infuriatingly difficult, but that is why we like it. There's always a chance that you will beat this game. So yeah, that's Robinson Crusoe Adventures on the Cursed Island. So number 59 on this list is a dexterity game called Catacins. And what you'll be doing in this game, you'll be laying out these boards, and you'll be taking these little discs, and these discs will represent wizards, warriors, and all that sort of thing. And you'll be flicking them against the monsters to try and kill them. And this is a one versus all game. So one person will take control of the monsters, everyone else will take control of all the heroes, and you'll be traversing your way through the dungeon, killing all the beasties, using different weapons that have got maybe like a smaller disc, like arrows and stuff, and you'll be trying to defeat the big bad boss at the end. And this is a truly original game. It's now in its third edition, which is definitely the best edition, most colourful edition, and we've picked up a lot of the expansions for this, and there's all manner of weird and wonderful beasts to fight in this game. And this game marries dexterity games and the other sort of miniature-esque games into one sort of weird hot pot of stuff. It's a vast, broad game, and it's one of the best dexterity games that you can play today, and that is Catacins. So number 58 on this list is another dexterity game, funny old thing. It's Tumblin Theis, and what this game sees you do, you've got this big wooden contraption, and that's made up of a different number of plinths, and you'll be flicking dice down this contraption, and wherever they land, that's how many points you get times the amount of pips are on your dice, and that's it. That's how you play Tumblin Theis. You'll do a certain amount of rounds, you'll decide how many points you're going to get. Say like you get to 100 points, that's it, the game is over, and whoever gets there first is the winner. It's a wonderful game. I've not met anybody who's played this who thinks it's crap, because it's not. It's a fantastic dexterity game. It's like a sort of a pub game that you can play in your house, and it's wonderful, and that is Tumblin Theis. So number 57 on this list is a Vlada Chvátil game called Galaxy Trucker, and this game sees you taking control of an old jalopy spaceship. You'll be scrambling around in the centre of the table for bits and pieces to place into your ship in a certain order, and then what you'll do, you'll fly your ship off into the universe, hoping that it doesn't get blown to shit. And Galaxy Trucker is, whilst it's not the most coherent game in the world, it does have one of the best rule books in the world, and it is one of the most hilarious games in the world, because you're just hoping and praying that your ship doesn't fall apart. But if it does, it doesn't matter, because it's really funny watching it get blown to bits. And Galaxy Trucker is a wonderful Euro-style game, maybe a little bit too haphazard, maybe a little bit too weird for a lot of people, but still a hilarious proposition if you have the opportunity to play it. So number 56 on this list is a game called Sulking the Mayan Calendar, and this is a worker placement game. It's very, very simple. You'll just be taking one of your little workers, placing it on one of the spaces on the cogs on the wheels on the board, and you'll be taking that action when you take the worker off the board. And the thing is with this game, depending on how long you leave your worker on the cogs, because the cogs will move at the end of every round, the actions that you take, the longer you leave a worker on the board, the more powerful the actions become. There's all sorts of things you can do. You can increase your technology, you can pray to the gods, you can go to the temples, you can collect crystal skulls, and it's a very simple game, but the options that are available through this one simple mechanic of place and remove is truly breathtaking, and we love the theme of this game. It reminds us of that Teotihuacan sort of thing. That it was like this was a predecessor to that, and Sulk and the Mayan calendar is probably one of the best worker placement games that we've played for a long time. So number 55 on this list is it's not really a game, it's more of an experience. It's Tales of the Arabian Nights, and what you'll be doing, you'll be taking the persona of a character like Aladdin or Ali Baba. You'll be travelling around the ancient world, having adventures through meeting people, meeting different things, getting these sort of conditions like you'll end up going mad, or you'll have a sex change, or you might end up incarcerated. The game tells you that you need to increase a certain number of stats, but really this is just, forget that, just go out into the world, have the adventures, have a laugh. And the way this game works is you've got this big book of tales that like a sort of a choose your own adventure fighting fantasy thing, and when you land on a space, it will tell you to go to a certain entry in the book, and then it will tell you, give you a certain number of choices based on certain reactions. So you could say that you might choose the angry reaction when you meet a hag in a well or something like that. Book of Tales will tell you what happens, and then something weird or crazy will happen. And the amount of adventures that are available in the Book of Tales, there's hundreds and hundreds of entries in this book, and it is a truly wonderful experience. It's very old now, so first released in 1986 I think, but it's had a reprint from Z-Man Games obviously a few years ago, and it is a truly wonderful experience. Just forget the rules, just have a laugh, and it's great. So number 54 on this list is Quacks of Quedlinburg. This came out of nowhere. It won the Spiel des Jahres, or was it Kenner Spiel des Jahres? One of the two, a couple of years ago. And it's a bag sort of building game. So you'll be getting these ingredients, chucking them in your bag, and then you'll be pulling these ingredients out of your bag and deciding when you're going to stop pulling these ingredients out. And if you pull out a certain number of these red ingredients, I think it is, then your bag will explode, and not literally, but your pot will explode. And just thinking, I'm going to have one more go. It's like a push your luck Euro game, and it's truly original. We do really like it. It's just had an expansion called the Witches something, or the Herb Witches or something like that, which we haven't got. We haven't played that, and I think the designers just released another Taverns of Tiefenthal or something, which we haven't played either. Quacks of Quedlinburg is a very, very light, very, very quick game that is truly original, and it's recommended. So number 53 on this list is a dexterity game, another dexterity game, and it's called Meatball Circus. And what you'll be doing in this game, you get your little circus ring, you put it out in front of you, you'll be choosing different components like you'll be choosing barrels or planks or different circus performers or different animals like tigers and strongmen and all that sort of thing, and you'll be trying to stack them on top of each other dependent on what the crowd wants to see, which is based on these cards that will be revealed. And you'll all do this a number of times. You'll have practices, and then in the final round you'll have to do it on your own while everyone is watching you. And this is a hilarious game. It's actually really, really fun. It's different from all the other dexterity games because normally, like you say, games like Coconut and that, they're very abstract, but this is very, very thematic, and we love it. And that's Meatball Circus. So number 52 is one of our favourite party games of all time. It's Telestrations, and this essentially is that game Chinese Whispers. I don't know what the Americans call it, they call it something else, but Chinese Whispers, where a card will be revealed with a word on it or a phrase on it, and you'll have these sort of flip chart things with these dry erase pens, and you'll be trying to draw your interpretation of what the card tells you, and you'll flip it over and pass it, and then they will look at your picture, and then they'll write down what they think you've drawn, and then pass it on, and then they will try and do an interpretation of what you've written, and so on and so forth. Once you've run out of space in the book, you'll reveal and you'll go through your little story and you'll score points. But we don't score points. It's a waste of time because we're too busy pissing ourselves laughing. It's one of the best party games you could get forever. If you got a family gathering or friends gathering at Christmas, this is a game that you must play, and that is Telestrations. So number 51 is a game by Splotter, and it's Food Chain Magnate. And this is a game where you'll be taking control of a restaurant, you'll be hiring staff, improving your restaurant, and trying to deliver the most stuff to the most amount of people. And I know a lot of people slag Splotter off for being a little bit basic and not looking that great. I mean, this game came into criticism for the actual board pieces, which look like they were just drawn on a piece of graph paper. But the amount of options that are available, you've got this massive tech tree of staff that you can hire, and you start off on this side, and then you'll be working your way through like a little flow diagram, hiring all these different staff out, and you'll be improving your restaurant. You'll be trying to work out how best to outwit your opponents, depending on where you place your restaurants and how far away you are from customers. It's a mind-boggling puzzle. It's an enjoyable puzzle. It starts off very, very simple, but then again, it broadens out into this massive, huge, labyrinthine mess of options, and it looks like it was actually designed, you know, like they've gone through it meticulously, and it was designed piece by piece, and it's definitely one of our favourite splatter games, and that is Food Chain Magnate. So there you go, that is number 60 down to 51. And remember, if you are new here, leave a comment in that section down below. Give us a thumbs up if you got this far, and we'll see you in the next bit.